All right, class, settle down. Class is in session. Everyone get to your seats. Hey there, YouTube. I'm Yukitsu. This is Yukitsu Times. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Chester getting eaten, because that's the thing he does. But, yeah, we're back in the cave. We're running for Chester's life, because I don't really want to have to pick up after him all that much. You know, I could, but I don't want to. And we're just trying to get back to our nice little home underground in the caves, where we're probably going to stick with where we were. Alright, this is some interesting stuff going on here. Oops. But, yeah, I mean, there's this massive war going on. Ow, oh crap. Oh crap. Okay, we're in trouble. We're in some severe trouble now, guys. One more tap and we are gone. Like, there would have been... This is what I hate about this game sometimes, it's just like, the things that can actually kill you sometimes just immediately kill you. Alright, so that is going on as it is. We need to get back to base, heal up a little bit, and not be in the state we're in. That was a rough start to this. Alright, we could have also thrown on our shadow armor, but that would have been leaving behind so much stuff that I wouldn't have wanted to have done it. Alright, let's add this here. Let's probably add this as well, why not? Alright. And we'll just toss this on the ground here while we set ourselves back. Oh, crap. Right, well, we're going to go ahead and wear our shadow armor for this section, just because I can't really afford to get hit by anything even right now. So let's go ahead and run around in circles like some sort of idiot. Alright. Seems to be nighttime now. Alright. And we're going to eat our dinner here. It's just going to be a whole bunch of roasted birch nuts, because we brought them up from the surface, but... I wonder if they would have actually grown down here if they hadn't been roasted. They probably would have, actually, so that's probably my bad. Either way, let's go ahead and see what we can do for our current situation here. Add a little bit of fuel to the fire here. Start roasting up some carrots. There we go. So, yeah, I think that we are going to stick to this spot here. I mean, there are better resources of certain sorts down past the tentacles, but also there's a lot of crucial resources near where I am, so it's not necessarily a smart idea to move where we are too far. I am trying to figure out what other places there are, though, so we are going to go ahead and continue exploring a little bit. Let's go ahead and grab this again. You do need a fairly constant stream of light bulbs to keep these things going, but it's not too horrific. You know what? We might actually want to consider something here. We might want to go with just our armor, and what we might want to do as well is to just build some chests here. So let's go ahead and actually do that. Turn this off for now. So we've got a fire. Might as well. Alright. Okay, and we'll probably just go ahead and make another one of these as well while we're at it. Alright. I can hear the sound is a little bit desynced from my point here, so it's probably desynced for you guys as well, but keep in mind, this isn't an editing thing, this is just, it actually is desynced, I think. Alright, let's go ahead and make ourselves a shovel. Normally I'd like prototyping things like this because it gives us back that sanity, but with Maxwell it's just, you don't need to. Like, he doesn't actually lose sanity all that much, so it's kind of unnecessary. Alright, there we go. I was talking about one of the reasons why this place is good is because it's possible for me to get flint, I think. I'm relatively close to a source, I think. Actually, I think I might be beside rocks that don't provide flint when you cut them down, but I'll have to double check. Still, you know, being in a forest without any flint, not a great idea. Alright, so that was just that. I thought that was going to turn into a tree guard for a second there. Alright, let's go ahead and keep refining. Go over here to structures and a chest. And we'll put that up here. And what we're going to do is we're going to throw a bunch of stuff that we don't really need in there for now. And we're going to go ahead and just travel out there to the rest of the world while we don't worry too much about this. Because we want to scout, but we want to also have our toolbar relatively clear so that we can go scouting with our nightmare armor on, because that's what I want to be doing. You're just so fragile as this character that you die in like one hit. What is that thing around back there? That's a rabbit somehow got down here. Sometimes weird critters just sort of fall in from the roof, and that's fine. Alright. Come along, Chester. Alright, so I don't think that we're going to be suffering any problems from this. The problem will be if we find a lot of interesting things that we want to take back with us. We won't be able to take them just because I don't have the backpack with me, which is fine. That's not really a huge deal, it's just annoying. Alright, so let's see. I could go further down around here. One of the things I want to find is the ruins entrance. I'm not going to go down there anytime soon, but it is actually pretty interesting to go down there. Ah, some more stuff down here it looks like. We got a little miniature mushroom area. Alright. Spiders are probably still at a horrendous war with the tentacles in the swamp, but we could always swoop in and grab some stuff from them later. Right now I still got the dark sword. It's not ideal since I don't want to waste it, but I mean it is a very strong weapon, so it's worth using if you have to. Alright, this I think this is another mushroomy area. Okay, so I can't remember how to get the mushrooms underground to grow back, because normally they grow back in the rain, but I'm not sure that that actually happens down here. Oh, that's a lot of bats. It's normally not a big danger, but they will kill me if I get cornered by them like I'm here. Alright. The problem with them is that it's hard to fight them in the dark. It is easier to just run away when you're not really doing anything with them. They do give you food, so you can make fried bat wings and stuff like that, but I mean, those are not great dishes or anything like that, so... Alright. Let's continue chugging along just a little bit and see if we can find those ruins entrances. And of course, any other resources that we might want to pick up here. More light bulbs. It's always good to have like lots of sources of these things, because they do take a little while to grow back, so... this is a weird place. Can't tell. Green mushrooms. I think green were the sort of dusk kind of mushrooms that come up at sort of in between sunrise and, or sorry, when the sun is still setting, I think. And I think that they were pretty good for sanity, so they're not that important for me actually. I guess that is the thing about Maxwell, is he can eat a lot of blue mushrooms if he really has to. Oh well, he's not kidding. That rumbling can't be good. Alright. Well. I think Chester's actually getting hit by this stuff somehow. Wow, that was lucky. Alright. So the green mushrooms do... Oh, yep, no, the green mushrooms are up now, so let's go pick up a whole bunch of them and see if they kill us. I think you use a mixture of cooked and uncooked mushrooms when you don't want to die a terrible mushroom-related death, so we won't eat them right now, but harvesting lots of them is probably a smart idea, just that we have lots and lots of them on hand. Is this part we've... This area actually goes for a significant area. You can actually get 2 mushrooms by digging up the mushrooms with your shovel. The problem with that is that if you do it, they don't grow back, so you've got to be a little bit careful about when you want to do that and when you don't want to. Like, you just do it when you're really desperate, or if you're in adventure mode. Adventure mode, it's lovely to just shovel up the mushrooms, because you're never going to come back there anyway, and you really need medicine-like things, so the fact that there's mushrooms that are for health, I can't remember what kind it is, and there's ones for, I think cooked green are for health. I really never remember this. It's just like real life. It's just, I just try them, and if they kill me, then that's the way of things. Fortunately, I live in a place where there are no poisonous mushrooms, as far as I know. Because the supermarket does not stock them. If they did, they would be in so much trouble. I swear. Alright. Let's just keep our stamina a little bit up here. Our low health is starting to be a little bit worrisome, because, like, I think that I could conceivably get one-shot killed by some things down here. Oh, there's a Slurtle mound. Interesting. Those things are probably going to be important for us, because I do want to get Slurtle shell armor and helmets and stuff like that. But those guys are extremely durable. I think you mostly want gunpowder if you want to kill them, although it does produce, I think, cracked Slurtle shell and stuff like that, but yeah, it's fine. One of the other problems we're going to run into is because it's actually really hard to become insane as Maxwell, so we're going to have to figure out how we want to do that. Probably just chug tons and tons of mushrooms. And then while we're on a mushroom high, just kill a whole bunch of shadow creatures because we won't be able to go up top to kill rabbits. It will be really dangerous because they can kill Maxwell very quickly with his lower health value. So I'll need some sort of armor before we do that. We'll probably try to get the Slurtle shell stuff relatively soon. I'm not sure how I want to approach getting it though, because they are really tough. Like, I could go attack one right now, I guess, and it would just be a demonstration, I think. They might kill me or something ridiculous. They can actually attack you, I think, so... Or maybe they can't, but... it must be nighttime now. Oh, there they are. Ouch. Oops. I don't want to attack this little mound right now. I'm getting just wrecked. Nope. Once they put their head in, they're basically invulnerable. I'm getting demolished here because I'm a moron. These things have a very short attack animation, so they actually are pretty tough in that sense. Alright. Gotta kind of bait them into attacking and then attack them. Alright, we got one of them finally. Look how tough these guys are. Alright, there we finally go. There we go. And let's go ahead and grab a whole bunch of this. Oh, we got a Shelmet, actually. Let's go ahead and wear it, just right away, because there's no reason not to. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So normally, I think you're supposed to actually have to make this thing. There was something interesting you could do with it, but I forgot what the button is, where you just like withdraw into your shell and hide. Now, we did take a pretty vicious beating there. I'm going to eat a couple of these because they are actually health. We're going to actually harvest a couple as well, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's eat the rest of these just because I also don't want them to go bad. And we're also hungry, so, you know, killing lots of birds with one stone there. But yeah, if you're in a pinch, you can just eat tons and tons of light bulbs. It's 1 hit point per. So you need to eat, like, all of the light bulbs. I think you can also eat Slurtle slime. No, okay. There must be a better way. You can eat foliage. It doesn't seem to really do much. So we're not going to really worry about that. But light bulbs is actually pretty reasonable, since you also get quite a lot. Okay, so let's just try to not get hit by anything. Pretty sure there was a way to withdraw into your Slurtle shell helmet, but maybe you also need the, you might also need the armor, actually, come to think of it. But it is really great that we managed to get this helmet. It's very fashionable, as you can see by our very distinct dorky look that we've got here. Alright, so let's try eating one of these again while we're not, yeah, those are also, I think, 1, but it's just that you get these things in clusters of 3 and they grow back. And I think you can also make foliage pots with them, so why would you not want a foliage pot with your mossy stuff that you can find down here. Anyway, we're going to continue on. Just try and find everything, basically, is what we want to do. You can't actually use Slurtle slime as fuel, so that's what you use it for. It's not really great, because there's always light bulbs that you can get. So, I mean, it's still pretty useless. Alright, have we eaten enough light bulbs yet? We're at 59 out of 75. Maxwell's so squishy. It's kind of ridiculous. We've also almost lost our really good shadow armor because I'm just playing like a noob. It's great. Could probably beat the Slurtle mound a little bit easier now because now I remember their pattern a little bit better, but also, like, we've taken off a ton of durability off of our shadow sword, and we need that for, like, tough moments, preferably. Oh, look, it's more Slurtles. Yeah, ideally you want to kill them using TNT, or gunpowder, rather. It's just a lot easier. Alright. We're going to have to go build ourselves things like a spear and just log armor or something like that, just that we've got an alternative. And we have to make sure we keep Chester alive, but it might be a good idea for us to go back around and get more Slurtle shell. I think you use the Slurtle shells, broken shells, to make the pot, actually, for just a decorative little plant thing. It'd be nice if that also increased sanity, but not how this game works. It's not very friendly. Alright. Yeah, how much of this place have we actually explored? I feel like we've gotten a lot of it. There's more up there, but... Alright, there we go. And you might as well explore like this when you're down here, and especially when you're Maxwell, because like our sanity is going back up even though we took such a vicious beating while we were wearing the shadow knight armor. Part of the knight armor is that you can transfer a little bit of your damage to sanity damage, which is really actually quite good, because normally when you're in a really desperate fight and you need the armor really badly, you don't really need all that badly your sanity. Like, it can go down and then you can go recover it by sleeping in a bedroll or something, or just eating lots of taffy or candies or something like that, and you'll end up just as well off as though you would, you know, never had to worry about it. It's a little bit different for Maxwell because he starts with it, because like normally low sanity at very early game is actually kind of bad, but if you're playing low sanity later on in the game, once you've really got a lot of resources, it's really easy to recover from very, very quickly, so you don't have to worry about that. Oh crap, bunny people. Do I have meat on me? I don't have any meat on me. Alright, so I can approach the bunny people relatively confidently. Alright. Not like when I was Weber, where they just immediately descend upon me like a herd of locusts and try to kill me. This is a pretty big cave. Alright. Interestingly enough, I haven't found a great mining area that has a lot of the flint and gold rocks, but you don't find as many of those underground anyway. I don't know if you find them at all, actually, but one of the reasons I would like them, of course, is because you eventually run out of tools. And down here, I mean, you can get by with just weapons and use things like handbats and fishing rods if you find cool, but yeah, you kind of do want to have access to spears and stuff like that, just because of how simple and easy they are to make. Or not handbats, the bat? I think it's the bat that we're thinking of. Oh, crap. Too many bats. And one of those really vicious spiders. Alright, fantastic. Okay, so that actually is a potential place where the ruins might be. This game does not have enough AoE, by far. Alright. Wish you could feed these stupid rabbits like any vegetable and have them like follow you around. That would be amazing. I forget what it was that you could actually give them. Alright, there's plenty of spiders around here. One of the things I do need set up is silk farming, so we might get on that pretty soon. We're just going to use traps by where the tentacles are getting killed, most likely. Yeah, I think we want to go home pretty soon. It's been a lot of walking down here. This is one of the interesting things about going caves like this. You basically have to redo the scouting phase of the game. Just do the scouting, and then you have to do it again when you're underground. But, I'm wondering actually where... I should have actually not destroyed the Slurtle... the place that they spawn from, because now those guys are dead and they won't respawn if I recall correctly. You can actually get an unlimited number of these shellmets if you kill the things that come out of them, wait for them to respawn, and then kill them again much, much later. But thankfully there's plenty of Slurtle mounds, so I don't have to worry too much about that. There are a lot of rabbits here. They always make me a little bit nervous because I'm used to having tons and tons of beef jerky in my pockets, but obviously that's not really a thing here. Okay, more spiders, more tentacles, it looks like. Alright, well we can get past here while they're fighting, probably. Oh, there's nothing past here. Okay, well that's interesting. And of course the tentacle killed like a million spiders, but I think it takes quite a few... I can't remember the exact number, but it takes a lot of spiders to kill one tentacle. Fortunately, I don't think they regenerate health very quickly, so it's sometimes possible for multiple nests to just wear one down and kill it eventually. I'm not even sure that they regenerate health at all, come to think of it. Alright, plenty of rocks over here. Well, not really, actually. Okay. But, how much more of this cave do we actually have? This is a very big cave. Feels. It's not really, it's probably about average, but it feels pretty big. Alright, and we're entering a new day. There's spiders fighting something somewhere. It's probably over here. Oh, shit. Alright. What? No! Chester, come on. Get away from there. Alright, you're taking this piece of silk, though. Alright, so that's interesting. That they're so far out of the swamp itself. Usually they're not that far out of it. Alright. Well, whatever. They can do whatever they want to do. If they want to grow out a solid rock, then that's their prerogative. Anyway, I remember the mnemonic I have for stalagmites and stalactites. I forget who quoted it. I think it was the guy who wrote Dilbert. But I think it was stalagmites might come from the ceiling, but they don't. That was the mnemonic to remember which one's a stalagmite and which is a stalactite. Someone said something about stalactites have to hang tightly because they're hanging from the ceiling, but that's not the one I remember, although I do remember that as well. It's the one I don't go by. All I really remember is that you never actually have to remember which one is which. You say it's that dangly rock from the ceiling. You won't sound very smart, but I mean, it gets the point across, and the person who's getting it wrong might not. So, you know, if you're ever saying those, and you're not 100% sure, just qualify it by saying it's the thing that's dangling from the ceiling and not the other one. Or the one that's poking up from the ground and not the other one. You know, either way. It's the only way to be sure. Unless you're some sort of geologist or something. Anyway, where are we going? We want to fill up the last little bits of these maps where it does not involve us getting completely ravaged by bats. Unfortunately, we're going to get completely ravaged by bats here because this is another place with bats. Man, these guys are common. I wish there was a trap for bats as well. Like, I don't think you can use any of the traps against them. Which is sort of... oh, that's interesting. Okay, so the ruins have activated and now there's a bunch of nightmare things. If there weren't bats here, I would actually turn around and fight that thing because you can get the nightmare fuel from them. I can actually pick up the nightmare fuel from that regardless later on, but for now I can't actually because... ouch. Okay, well... I wish the bats would fight that thing. That would have been nice. Alright, let's go home. We have got quite a lot of armor and stuff like that, so we should be able to make it back safely so that those bats stop chasing us at the very least. That's all we need. And then we can fight this thing. There we go. And we should actually kill us pretty quickly because we deal a ton of damage. Alright, fantastic. And let's go ahead and just equip this so it's out of our inventory and pick up that nightmare fuel. And that is going to be really good for us. Nightmare fuel is extremely difficult to get under normal circumstances, and it's harder to properly farm it when you're underground, so it's going to be really helpful to us to be able to have just a constant source of it. Alright, one of the things that we should also be thinking of doing is finding a patch of trees that we would want to just burn down for the sake of a charcoal. And I'm not really sure which one we want to do that to necessarily. Oh, why do we leave our light on? How wasteful. Alright, let's go do that. Let's go ahead and just eat that. Nope, and it's rumbling yet again. But we'll go ahead and burn down a forest, preferably old growth. I don't want one of those hipster new growth forests cluttering up my style there. Alright, and we'll go ahead and actually drop our nightmare fuel off with Chester over there, because he already had to. Always want to just sort of consolidate all our nightmare fuel into one place, preferably. Okay, so there is a tear in the ground over here, I think it was where it was, and there should be actually a nightmare fuel still by it. I think that the nightmare realm should have settled down by now, but... no, it hasn't. But that's fine. Let's go ahead and grab that and just run. Now, what we can do with this is we can actually probably get a one of the... Well, we need to work on our silk farm so we can get the prestidigitator first, but once we've gotten that, it's going to not take us too long before we can actually... You know what, screw it. There we go. As So like I said, those guys are not actually strictly speaking hard, it's just kind of a waste of resources for one, and for another, if there's enough of them, it gets really actually kind of difficult to fight them off because they just are vicious. They will just not let up at all, and you'll die. Alright, we're going to go ahead and probably just shovel up some of these things here. And the reason is, of course, that we want to actually use some of these things in our base if we can. Let's go ahead and give him that. Chester, what have you actually got in you? Alright. Oh yeah, I haven't shown you guys really the Book of Dread that much, but you know what? That's perfectly fine. Let's swap these and just get rid of this piece of niter since I don't really need it, so that's fine. Alright, so now we can shovel up these things. There we go. And we just want to burn down everything because we are crazy people who don't like nature. There we go. Watching forest burn in this game is actually usually kind of fun. Alright, and I think there was a stick over here. Alright, Chester, back away. And we'll just let this burn down. It doesn't really matter to me. I wonder why it's so light over here. There we go. Yeah, so these rocks only give you rocks, which is kind of a shame, but it's better than nothing. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and drop this over here for now, and we're going to go ahead and make ourselves an axe, I guess. I thought I had one. I probably do, and I'm just missing it again, because that is pretty common for me. Oh, this is going to drive me nuts. Oh, right, that too. You know what? We'll come back there later, because we have got... Yeah, we'll actually come back here later and deal with this later. Okay, so drop that, please. And let's go ahead and... I guess try eating these mushrooms and see what happens to us. I'm hoping that they're not the poisonous type, because we can deal with the ones that sap our sanity, but we cannot really deal with ones that attack our everything else. Alright, this is where the bats were. And there's lots of nightmare fuel around here. Yeah, lots and lots of nightmare fuel. So, I think there was more than one fissure. Interesting. Well, either way, run for our damn dirty lives. No, mole man, get out of the way. No rabbits, out of the way. Alright, so we could just drop this and turn around and fight them, but let's actually add fuel here. Oops. Alright. Alright, stay off my Chester. Alright, so Battle of Swing. So this is an interesting thing, because you can actually make stuff out of it. Let's go ahead and drop that in there. And where is our backpack? There it is. Alright, so pick up our backpack, drop that in there. Let's eat a bunch of these carrots because they're going bad, but we might want to make a bat because they're a pretty interesting weapon. They're not good necessarily, they're just interesting. Actually, no, it is not a bad weapon. It's not great, but it's not bad either, so I should probably not disparage it too much. Alright, right, well, while I've done that, let's go ahead and eat one of these. Yep, that is sanity damage, but we are full that. So these are actually going to be a great source of food for us, because we can just eat them and just tank our sanity back up if I'm not carrying both the sword and wearing the armor. And now our sanity just diving right back up there, which is great. That's exactly what we need to see. For now, though, let's drop these around, just plant them. There we go. There we go. Alright. What else do we need? I think that is actually all we're going to need for this particular episode. I mean, we could find out what a bat is made out of, but I think that requires magic. Because it does actually heal you every time you hit someone with it. Now the hand bat's in there too, which is kind of funny. We don't have any wood. Yeah, so let's call this an episode. I think we've accomplished quite a bit here. Nothing useful per se, but we did accomplish quite a bit, and that is good enough for me. So I hope you found this episode enjoyable, and of course, as always, I hope to see you all next time.